And we are live. Welcome back. The next episode of Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. Cheers, Mr. Stink. Cheers. I'll start recording. And there we go. Yes, so we're at this place and there's a monster in the dark. We must keep up the light, and that's why we have a torch.
Run! Run! Turn back, it's too dangerous. The light. Look at the light.
Oh no, Elisabeth sends monkeys. Let me up the bitrate a bit, because since I don't play online, I can give you more bitrate, so you have clearer image. Give me a second. The bitrate, let's go. Now the image should be a bit clearer now. Okay, yes. So we need to go into the darkness to find the rooms, I'm pretty sure. Can I light those up? Yes, I can. Is the stream okay? Mr. Sting and Elisabeth? Oh no. Shut up, voices. Some Greek guy. How dare you call me that? Jesus. And the voices are too scary, man. Yeah, Elisabeth, you laugh, but you're not wearing headphones, are you? It's easy to laugh when you don't wear headphones. That's a high fall, isn't it? Right? I can't do that. Let's see. And we lit this up, but it's locked. I made a short that went quite well today. No new subscribers, just a short. Raro. You killed us? I didn't kill nobody.
The light won't save her now. She can sense it. What's she doing? She's lighting the torch. It's not gonna help her. She's lighting the fires. It's safe to keep the darkness. Do you think you can keep away from the fight? Pretend.
Yeah, we'll remember the battles. Okay, remember the battles. What happened now? I can't see. Another one.
End it now. Focus now.
Have a lightsaber.
go anywhere without your light. Take the torch and move. The blood.
Blood is everywhere. So much blood. All of this for a piece of gyros. I mean. Oh, there's a rune somewhere. How is this rune called, Magnus? The one that looks like the anti-AIDS symbol? The anti-HIV symbol? There it is.
Hidden in plain sight. She has it. You have it. Keep going. Where's the next? Two more to find. The other two more to find. Why are you doing this? These are pointless. Darling. This is. The symbols are pointless. Mother. They're meaningless. Your mother's here. What have you collected? There's nothing behind the door. Save Dillian. The door is just another trial. It's just another trick. Just to distract her from her real mission. You think you know, but you don't. Your mother is dead.
I think you do, but you don't.
And Dillian is dead.
Man, it's dark and scary. This door is always closed. This door is shut as well. Let me open this. Oh. It's called You made fun of the Greek letters.
The beast has been here. Everywhere. There's water. She has
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
going.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
She'll have to go under. She can't.
Oh no.
She can't. The torch
Just
will
have to
out.
go under
Let's the torch.
and then run to the light.
She has to keep going. She can do it. She can't do it. The light's gone out.
No, run.
The panic is here.
Oh my god. That stupid beast.
Again, run and get to the light. Get to the light. Stop. Stay there. You have to rest here on the side. She's stuck. She hasn't found the runes. Stay in the light. Got the next light. Let's go quickly. Run. Look. Fire. How she gets it? Fire.
Run to the fire, boys.
Light. She won't make it through the darkness. Forget she's too. She will. She has to make it.
There we go.
Where's the torch? Take it. It'll keep you safe. See, now she can see the room. She can find it. Keep the light. See it.
This whole darkness light situation reminds me whenever you go into a bad neighborhood here in Greece. The same thing.
The light will guide you. No.
I bet there was something back there. This is where we came from. I wanted to take a left somewhere. And here. Or this road, I guess. This is the path to victory. Where? What the hell? Ah, there.
Can you feel them?
Uh,
Can you see them? Where are they? She can't see them. Where are they? She
that
doesn't know.
is
Use your eyes.
shit.
Where is it?
I see it. It's right here.
What are you waiting for? Come on. What are you waiting? What are you doing?
Need to
Go.
find the exact angle, I guess.
Focus.
I need to light the light in case. There we go.
She has it. She did it. She's done it. Well done.
This place. It reminds her of the isolating, suffocating darkness that she lived through as a young girl. Imprisoned in her room at night. The faces in the dark, coming through the walls. She once thought everyone could see them. I mean, that's what children say all the time, isn't it? That there are monsters in the dark.
Oh boy.
By the time she realized that only she could see them, her father, Zinbel, could see the monster in her.
Man, Zimbel, man, you're not cool, man. Ah.
The dragon Fafnir is so large and deadly that it would be impossible to kill him face to face. But each day,
Yes,
Fafnir
it's
crawls
Asmr
across the
stream,
heath
dude.
to find water. So Sigurd digs a pit in the dragon's path and lies in wait in it. When Fafnir slithers overhead, Sigurd sinks his sword into the dragon up to the hilt. Sigurd leaps from the pit, and Fafnir sees his killer. He warns Sigurd that the treasure will lead to his death, as it led to the death of all who owned it. Sigurd replies that death comes to all men, and every man would want to be wealthy until that day. And he takes the treasure.
Sigurd is a Sigma, it seems to me. Okay. We need the P. Just went down there, didn't we? Where is the P? I need to find the P in the darkness. I've been here. Lead this way. Why do we light up? Why can't we lit all of them? Why are we like this? By we, I mean me. I think. There is any point going further back than this? There's no point going any further than this. Let's keep moving on. And this is where we found the other room. This is a dead end. this is the same place. Easy, yeah. Shut up, voices, you don't know my life. This is where we came from. Well, this is where we came from. This is where we went down, isn't it? Let's go check just to be absolutely sure, because my sense of direction is not the best. But there is, even though I'm pretty sure. It's the water. Being here. Ah, we can go up though.
Her torch is going out. No, it's not. It's going to run out soon. She hasn't got much time. It's going to burn out. She's too slow. It's not going to burn out. The darkness will come again.
There's the P somewhere around here. There it is.
There it is. You have all the rooms.
Do you feel it? The beast is crawling into your mind, searching for weakness.
Did you see her die? I don't remember. I was only 5. They told me she escaped the darkness, and she's with the gods. But what if they lied? What if the darkness took her and trapped her here?
Oh man. Let's find out what happened to our mother.
Where is her mother? It's just another.
It's a trap. The beast is coming. Stupid thing.
Run away from the beast!
Oh no! Oh no, the head!
The darkness is back. You've lost him. You've lost him. Get it out! Get to the light!
Without his head, you will never bring his soul back. His fate is sealed. Now it can see you at your weakest. The time you suffered as a child at the hands of your father Zindo while you pined for Dillion. Do you remember that darkness, Senua?
Jesus, his voice.
The beast is bringing it back.
His voice so deep.
Mother, why did you leave me? This darkness, it's spreading. Father's keeping me away from the others. Away from Tilly. I won't give up. I'm not going to rot in here. I'm going to find Dillion.
Man. He's schizophrenia was something else before medication was invented, right? And before, like, people understood what it is. I mean, they still haven't really understood what it is, but you know, they... Like, imagine back in those days, like, someone sees faces and hears voices, like, they would either become a priest or they would either die in a fire because, you know, people are creeped out by that, and people that, when people are afraid, they do stupid stuff. They don't think logically. Like, they cannot fathom the possibility of something like a brain malfunctioning could be a reality. Or not malfunctioning per se, but like, you know, let's just say operating on a different level or with a different, in a different way. And I'm gonna kill you again if you don't stop speaking to me. Most likely they don't know how much, what, yeah. Nah, they knew what the brain is and what it does, like, they figured that out pretty early, but, like, they don't realize how it works. They just thought that, like, you know, Nords thought it had the soul inside. Greeks thought that it has only the senses or something like that, I think. They don't realize that it's everything. What's this? Oh. They still think that. Man. Oh no, R. R for... no. For red. R for red. Let's say that. R for R. Nee, we won't die.
She needs to focus and back.
Oh, didn't see you there. Hey there, Rosa.
It's nearly over. Finish it.
We're done. Oh, where's my torch? Rest and relaxation. R for rhetoric. R for retro. R for ritual. Yeah, I also thought that emoji were butts touching actually in the beginning. Senua. Chocolate Senua. Is it out here? This isn't it? There it is. R for replace them. Or Resident Evil. Man, come on, you know what that means. That means that torch is gonna go out.
Her father tried to help her.
But she wouldn't listen.
He's doing his best. She never, ever listens. Why didn't she listen to him? Trying to help her.
He was trying to save her from the dark.
As Zimbra, I kinda remember what happened in the story. I'm not gonna say
He was
anything.
trying to save her from the dark. But she wouldn't listen. And now everybody is dead.
Because of her. It's all her fault. All her fault. She should have known. She should have thought.
Why doesn't she learn? Wait till she learns.
So, Mr. Stink, that acquaintance of yours that had
And it will take it.
auditory hallucinations, did they talk with the voices or were they just incoherent?
Darkness will take her like it took her mother.
She can't resist. Pointless.
Although Sigurd kills the dragon, Rayan wants to keep Fafnir's gold all for himself. Rayan also wants the strength and wisdom of the dragon, so he drinks its blood and asks Sigurd to roast Fafnir's heart for him. Sigurd does so, but when he touches the roasted heart to see if it is done, he burns his finger. Without thinking, he licks his finger and tastes the dragon's blood. In that moment, he understands the language of birds and hears them talk nearby.
The darkness will take her like it took her mother.
Deeper and deeper. The beast
Did they say
knows the beast.
mostly insults? Okay. So I guess it's kinda, yeah,
Falls for their tricks every time.
nothing good, I guess.
Plays into his hands.
I mean, I guess that you would hear whatever causes you most anxiety or whatever you're anxious about. You hear that. Oh no, I remember this place. This is a puzzle place that I had difficulty the first time I played the game.
The lights run out. She'll die.
Know what I need to do. I think.
She has to. She can't.
She's going to go through anyway.
The light must run out.
The darkness will smile.
And she'll die. What's she doing? She's making a fire.
She's got light on the other side.
She'll be safe. What's the plan?
So I made fire on the other side, now we can cross. I think. I think this is what I thought the other time as well. Nice. Just that I can. Ah, I need to run there. Okay, I need to run to the right. I like how they changed the animation for dropping down a bridge just because we were out of light. We ran for our lives. You don't see that in most games. Most games they just use the same animation and you just get to feel the pressure.
Where is she going? Faster, faster, keep going, keep going. Stop, stop it, keep going.
Cool down. Chill, chill voices, chill. There's the torch.
Faster, faster, keep going, keep going.
Let's explore if we missed something.
Faster, faster, keep going, keep going. What is she doing? Stop, stop it, keep going.
Like here, what's here? There's nothing here.
Faster, faster,
I
keep
see.
going, keep going. What is she doing? Stop, stop it, keep going.
Can we see this?
Sigurd's newfound power lets him hear the birds speak. And they say, Sigurd should eat the heart himself. Rain wants Fafnir's gold. Sigurd should kill Rain before Rain kills him.
Man, the birds, dude.
Sigurd should find Brynhild, the Valkyrie, who sleeps an enchanted sleep.
Dude, the birds say such bullshit, man.
Sigurd heeds the bird's advice. He kills Rain, eats Fafnir's roasted heart, and takes Fafnir's treasure. And he embarks on a new quest. To ride to Hinderfell and find Brynhild, the Valkyrie.
Easy. I think last time I played this game, I had a bit of a silly moment back there.
Dillian. She can't help but think of him. A tender guiding flame in a world so black. The longer it burned, the more she convinced herself that there was nothing beyond its reach. How little separates us from what we fear.
Go down. She has to. Keep the torch alight.
Sigurd learns that Brynhild had once disobeyed Odin, and so he had her punished, stuck her with a sleep thorn, and put her body within a rampart of burning shields. Only a man who knew no fear would ever reach her. But like me, Sigurd is fearless and passes through the flames, just as I did, and wakes the sleeping warrior girl. She teaches him the secret wisdom of runes, namely victory runes, ship runes, runes for persuasion, runes for truth, runes for healing and help, runes for perception and power. Like Sigurd, the greatest young warrior of the North, you must learn the secrets of the runes to fight amongst the gods in hell.
He learned the runes for live, love, laugh, and he tattooed them on his forehead. Ew. Ew. Stop grabbing me. Now, this... Now, you might think this is scary, all those hands trying to grope you, but in reality, this is an average day for a female inside of a bus in Greece. This is what it feels like, I guess. Sadly. No, we'll have to crawl.
I hear you.
Come back to me soon.
I'm coming for you.
Follow my voice.
I'm coming. Dillian, I see you. The beast has Dillian. No. You're not taking it from me.
I don't. Mangush.
I can smell
No.
you betrayed your gods.
I am leaving with him.
Turn your back on me. That is why Dillian will rot in hell. Come into my shadow.
Ow.
He's made darkness. He's breathing darkness.
Let him breathe whatever darkness he wants. I have a lightsaber.
You can hear. Is he fine?
You like it in the face, little doggo? They could have done a better job with this boss fight. That's cheating!
People think of evil as an unnatural, invisible force, and so invoke the gods for protection. But evil can come from the hand behind the gods. A familiar hand. Cold and cruel. He tried to fix her with his rituals. Kept her trapped in that hole. She couldn't say which was worse. The darkness. Or the monster that her father had become. She couldn't fight them both. And so she left. Headed for the one ray of light that shone down on her. If she had stayed, she wouldn't have survived. But maybe Dillian would still be alive.
I'm so sorry, my love.
I'm sorry I dropped your head.
She will save his soul. Even if this time she can't save her own.
Forgive me, Senua. I know you have no reason to trust me anymore.
Shadow, listen.
But believe this, it was my mission to make you hate. To hate the darkness with a passion so great it would focus your mind on this quest. For without it, I've been left there slack. All this time, I've wanted to protect you from the truth that would have destroyed you a long time ago. But you have conquered your darkness at every turn.
Oh boy.
You deserve to see behind the veil of darkness.
Then take me to the mountain to trust you, as deep as we can go.
I won't stand in your way.
She has to trust him.
You will not survive what is in there.
I know.
By the way, the black thing spread in our hand even though we didn't die. So that's why I think it's a bit of a gimmick. Whoa. What's back there then? Where?
Mother, I won't let the darkness trick me again. I know you're safe with the gods. I can feel Hela's gaze, searching for secrets inside of me. Secrets that even I can't see.
This face looks like Magnus in the wall.
I'm not here to fight my past. I'm here for Dillian. I will fulfill my vow, whatever the cost.
No, she can't. It's too dangerous. Too weak. She has the soul. She is rooting. She is needed. She must defeat her. There is no way she can defeat Hela. She must. Hela is powerful. She must. She can say it.
Wait, where do we go?
Can't cross the bridge. It's broken. She has to fix it. It's too dangerous. She's done it before. She can't fix it. She's done it before. She can. She can. She'll do it again. How will she do it? There must be a way. You have to try. Get to the gate. She'll never make it.
The Northmen say the world will come to an end. They call this Ragnarok, the destiny of the gods. First, there will be a terrible winter, 3 years long. Then, mankind will turn on itself.
Then
Brothers
COVID-21.
will fight each other to the death, and people will forget what they owe their kindred. Times will be hard. Crimes will be great. It will be an age of axes and swords. The wind will blow through abandoned halls. Wolves will walk where children played. The world will fall into ruin.
Ah, that's why we came here. To fix the bridge.
She did it.
At least part of it. Part of the bridge. Easy.
How will she do it? What will she do? How's she going to find his actual soul? Where does Hella keep souls?
Gonna raid Hella's fridge, where she keeps her souls fresh.
She get it? What will Hella want in return? She must bargain. No. She'll kill Hella. She cannot bargain with Hella. She's not strong enough to kill Hella. What does Hella want? No one can bargain with Hella. What does Hella want? What can she give her? She could give her her own soul. No. Soul's rotting. She'd rather die. It's a worthless soul. But it's all she has to give.
My soul is not worthless, come on guys.
What more can she give?
I have the voices always doubt me, but whenever I'm almost dead, they say, come on, remember your training, you're a great warrior. They cheer me on.
She can fight her at Ragnarok.
She's a warrior.
She can see it.
The bridge.
She can't cross the bridge. It's broken.
She has to fix it.
It's too dangerous.
She's done it before. You have to fight her.
Be careful.
The final battle.
Get his soul back. It's the final task.
Yes, it is.
This isn't just a broken bridge, is it? Mother, you showed me how to see further. To see the hidden wonders in our world and explore new paths into the unknown. To lead so that others may follow, or to warn so that they may avoid. That is our gift and our duty. I'm not going to look away in fear anymore.
The Northmen say the gods will fight their last battle at Ragnarok. Their watchmen will blow the horn that can be heard through the whole world. And Odin will speak with the severed head of Mimir, which gives him good counsel. The land of the giants will thunder with the sound of their army on the move. The gods will assemble. The dwarves will leave their stones. The frost giants will come from the east. The Midgard serpent will turn up the waves. Eagles will scream and tear at the corpses with their yellow beaks. The ship of the dead will set sail.
Ah yes. Greek holiday we call it here. How would you let me come here if there's nothing to do here? Just to go further up? fixed now.
She can do it.
She can do it.
She can still see.
But there are more broken parts.
She thinks he's so special. She must see. She has the sight. She can see their secrets.
Interesting. How do I fix this part then?
There's an illusion. She's found a way. There's a way. She can see. She must align herself. She can do it. There's the door.
Down there.
She aligns herself. It's there.
Aha! That's why you allow me to go there even though there's nothing there, because there is something there. Thanks, voices.
The Northmen say that at Ragnarok, the gods will face a ship full of their foes, which Loki has steered to Asgard. It carries the fire giants, the wolf that will eat the sun, and all kinds of dark creatures. Surt will join them with his sword of fire. The cliffs will crash, trolls will walk the land, men will tread the road to hell, and the heavens will split open.
Sounds like fun times. Fun times and times, you know? Okay. Door's closed. What do I do? It's a bit weird. You let me go in there, but the door is closed. Oh. Yeah, I'm a bit blind sometimes. Hello, Hela, my old friend. I've come to hell with you again. Don't scare me. Uy. Okay, focus, run, and heavy hit. Seems that it's 1 KO. Nice. There we go. Perfectly good bridge. This goes further up. What's up there? No story? I guess it's bugged. Now, what could happen in a nice, big and wide bridge like this? Of course, a fire. This is Sparta! Haha! There are too many. Ow, but I dodged. Bye-bye, Bowser.
The path to Hela.
Hella.
She's getting closer to him. She's going to die. I'm scared. Wait. What happens when she dies? What happens to me when she dies? We die too. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I want to die. Wait. What? What happens when she dies? What happens to us? What happens to us? We die too. Do we die too? We die too. I don't want to die.
We'll all die someday.
I don't want to die.
And when everyone's gone, even the gods will die.
We don't want to die. I don't want to die. Senua, stop. Turn back. Stop. Stop her. Why is she going? Stop. Senua, stop. Stop. Why won't she stop? To die, she won't stop. 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 I don't want to die.
I'm sorry. I didn't ask you to be a part of me. If you don't want to die with me, then leave me alone. Stop.
I don't want to die. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop.
You'll never come back if you go there.
There is nothing to go back to.
We only have each other now. Don't abandon me.
Everyone suffers. They were right about me.
Listen to me, not them.
Jesus.
They were afraid. Like children scared of the dark.
So was I.
They made up monsters to fill the void. That doesn't make them real.
They made them real.
No!
Follow your soul and let go of the Senua of old. For there lies your weakness, and the darkness will find it.
It's not like the old stories, is it? The noble warrior facing evil in search of victory and honor. Clear dividing lines. No. Oh, this place is not quite like that. It's as if it knows that true torment lies within. Memories you cannot defeat, cannot escape.
Yes.
This is her hell.
Did it like and subscribe on the portal? Yeah, I bet it does. Uh-oh.
Be like this. Turn away, Senua. Turn away, Senua!
Do you see it, Senua? Do you see the darkness? Faces of fear and suffering. You can see it.
I remember it clearly now.
She has nothing to fear anymore. The gods have saved your mother. Through my hand.
You killed her.
It is the will of the gods.
Yeah.
Fuck the gods! You did this to her! Why?
This is what happens when you listen to the voices of the underworld. They crawl into your soul and rot you from the inside. Defy the gods like your mother, and the darkness will come for you too. You understand, Senua?
I do understand. You cursed me with your own madness. I was just a child. You created this darkness! You created this darkness so you could hide behind it!
Only suffering brings salvation. It is the way of the gods.
It was all a lie. You are a lie! She didn't defy the gods. She defied you. And so you killed her.
You didn't pray to the gods. You prayed to your mother. Your mother, who was too weak to fight the darkness and abandoned you.
You tortured her. You killed her. You are the darkness.
Don't have anything to add to this tragic thing. This tragic tale.
Those rituals, the years of isolation, the pain that still haunts you. It was the only way to fight the curse within you.
You're a liar.
The darkness is inside you and it will destroy you.
You're a liar!
No, Senua. The darkness is here. You cannot wish it away. And it will watch as you draw the last dying gasp.
I won't let you kill me.
Fuck them all.
Watch out. Watch out. Watch out.
I heard this berserker do there too fast. But this is like the last battle, so this is why we have the super sword now. Because we're angry. So that's why there are 30 enemies on the screen.
Careful, Sam. Careful. Behind you. darkness. You're a liar and a murderer. And if you really are Hela, then I have a sword here that can kill a god.
Look at you. Running forward, moving backwards to what belongs in the past. You're making a mistake searching for Dillion. The same mistake that killed him in the first place. I'm trying to save you from yourself. You said that it is a lie. The plague of darkness, the butchering of Dillion by the Northmen. You saw it yourself.
You told everyone I was cursed. They believed you. I believed you.
Tell me, Senua, where is Dillion's soul if the darkness is a lie? How you saved him?
He's here. I know he's here. Dillion, I know you're here. Hold on. I'll find you.
It's shorter. Oh, come on. It's the dog. It's the crow boy. What was his name? Hellraven. Valraven, not Hellraven. Valraven. Hi, doggo. Oh, hi, doggy.
Dillion! Where is he? You're trying to trick me again with your lies. I know he's here. You took him from me. You have him.
Dillion is gone. Dillion is dead. Let him go now.
Watch out. Or what? What can you do to me that you haven't already? Fight me. Come on.
You betrayed your own father. You betrayed God in search of love. Look where that's got you. Let go of your battle. Let go of your redemption. Let go of Dillion. Don't let your darkness hurt anyone else.
Watch out.
Why am I focused on him?
Be careful, Senua.
Okay, she's gone crazy. Well, was kinda inconsiderate, I didn't mean it like that. I can't hit it, okay. But maybe we need to just hit that. Ouchies. Wow. Can't see.
To die behind you.
Where am I going?
Careful, Senua. Watch out. Watch out. Careful, Senua. Let go, Senua.
Never letting go.
Stop. You behind you. You're killing yourself.
Not killing myself, I'm killing them. I think. Do you think that I need to die? Maybe. They don't seem to be ending. Can I not just hit this dude?
Careful. Behind you. You're surrounded. Let go, Senua.
Never.
Go of your battle. Behind you. Killing yourself. Watch out.
Oh no, we died. But I think we're meant to die. Yeah, because it's cutscene. Hella kinda thick, not gonna lie.
If you're alive, and there's no darkness, then you never took him from me, did you? And I can't save Dorian. Is that what you want me to believe? After all you've done to me? And to him? You're not a lie, but you're a liar! You crawled into me to confuse me and deceive me. But I know he's here. I know you have him. I'll give you my life. That's what you want, isn't it? My soul. Take it. I'll be a slave for you. I'll fight with you at Ragnarok. If you release it. But if you won't, you will have to kill me. Because I've got nothing left. No fear. No hate.
rest. Nothing. And you will have no power over me.
I learned the hard way to not be afraid of death, Senua. Because a life without loss is one without love. You turn your back on death, and all you can see is the shadow that it casts. The longer you hide from it, the longer the shadow grows until all you can see is darkness. When our time comes, we must look death in the eye and embrace it as a friend. Only then can we let go of our fear. And emerge from our darkness.
Never forget what it is like to see the world as a child, Senua. Every autumn leaf is like a work of art. Every rolling cloud a moving picture. Every day a new story. We too emerge from this magic, like a wave from the ocean, only to return to the sea. Do not mourn the waves, the leaves, and the clouds. Even in darkness, the wonder and the beauty of this world never leaves us. It is always there, waiting to be seen again.
This is where my story once began. And so it has to end here. Because I cannot see further than this.
Follow us. We have another story to tell.
My friend, go with her. This now will be your story to witness. Goodbye.
I know it's hard to tell how mixed up you feel, hoping what you need is
Oh
behind
boy, what a
every
game.
door. Each time you get hurt, I don't want you to change, 'cause everyone has hopes. You're human after all. The feeling sometimes wishing you were someone else, feeling as though you never belong. This feeling is not sadness, this feeling is not joy. I truly understand. Please don't cry now. Please don't go. I want you to stay. I'm begging you, please. Please don't leave here. I don't want you to hate for all the hurt that you feel. The world is just illusion, trying to change you.
Oh boy.
Being like you are, well, this is something else. Who would comprehend? But some that do lay claim divine purpose blesses them. That's not what I believe, and it doesn't matter anyway. A part of your soul ties you to the next world, or maybe to the last.
So it was just an acceptance story.
But what I do know
7 stages of
is
grief.
to us the world is different, as we are to the world. I guess you would know that. Please don't go. I want you to stay. I'm begging you, please. Please don't leave here. I don't want you to hate for all the hurt that you feel. The world is just illusion, trying to change you. Please don't go. I want you to stay. I'm begging you, please. Oh, please don't leave here. I don't want you to change for all the hurt that you feel. This world is just illusion, always trying to change you.
I think they're making another one. Another Hellblade game. I would be very happy to play it.
Please don't go. I want you to stay. I'm begging you, please. Please don't leave here. I don't want you to hate for all the hurt that you feel. The world is just illusion, trying to change you. Please don't go. I want you to stay. I'm begging you, please. Oh, please don't leave here. I don't want you to change for all the hurt that you feel. This world is just illusion, always trying to change you.
What a game, what a game. What a story. So the whole journey was Senua's attempt to accept her lover's death. It's amazing. I mean, of course, she remembered some very dark stuff. How her father killed her mother. You know, light stuff like that. Now, my review of the game would be like, it builds amazing atmosphere. Now, because it's the second time I played the game, I knew what could hurt me and what couldn't hurt me, so it wasn't as scary as the first time I played it. But it definitely puts you in a mood. The combat could be a little better. Combat could either be a bit better or it could just go away. No, just make the boss battles quick time events and everyone would be happier. The combat is a bit like kinda like I didn't really like the combat. It's simple and it's repetitive. It's like doing the same fight again and again and again and again. I guess it doesn't really matter in a like 8-hour game. Now let's watch this. The Hellblade feature. Now we're
Stormy
reacting.
seas and lost souls.
Who is it?
She's dreamt of this before.
It's coming. Is it?
They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts, and fears, as seen by our inner eye. But what if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake? And we only see what our inner eye creates for us. Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares. Maybe that's why people fear seeing the world through her eyes.
Yes, she's scared.
Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too.
Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is a video game about Senua, a Celtic warrior on a vision quest into Viking territory. But what sets our hero Senua apart is that she suffers from severe psychotic mental illness.
He knows she's getting closer. He can feel her coming closer. She's getting closer. They're watching.
The original idea for Hellblade was to create a classic hero's journey, a journey of suffering, but one where the fantasy world is not another planet or alternate universe, but a world that is constructed in Senua's mind. But to do so would mean putting psychotic mental illness at the center of the experience, a subject that is still considered taboo, and a challenge that was both terrifying and exciting in equal measure. In Hellblade, the starting point was a newly discovered Celtic goddess called Senua in Ashwell, Hertfordshire. When first discovered, her name was thought to be Senua, a name which I liked and kept. I wondered if Senua might have been a Celtic warrior like Boudica who stood up to the Romans. While the Romans had conquered all of Europe, there was a group of Celts up in the furthest reaches of the Roman Empire that could not be conquered, the Picts. And so the Romans built a wall, called Hadrian's Wall, that spans across Britain from sea to sea to keep the Pictish barbarians at bay. The Picts were known for their war paint, painted on with woad, and their matted hair clumped with lime. And so Senua would be a barbarian Pict in this image.
What's your name?
Senua,
I haven't seen you before.
I
don't leave home much.
Oh, Zeno's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait.
Orkney is off the coast of Scotland and was inhabited by the Picts, steeped in history and mystery, and so I made Orkney Senua's home and set the stage for a crisis. In the late 8th century, the first Vikings landed on the Orkney Islands. The population of the Picts crashed thereafter, replaced by the Norsemen of the 9th century. Were they wiped out? We don't know for sure, but it would seem likely given the reputation of the Vikings. The Northmen's brutality is legendary. High-ranking leaders and chieftains of the tribes they conquered were often offered as sacrifice to their gods. The most brutal of these sacrifices was known as the Blood Eagle. I imagine Senua as a young female warrior who returns home from exile to find her partner, Dillion, brutally sacrificed to a Norse god by these hellish warriors from a faraway land. I imagine the horror of this moment and how it would have dragged her deep into mental torment.
So it takes one psycho to make this story, that's what I gather from this.
No!
I came to learn that the Celts had a sophisticated and nuanced perspective on the nature of mental disorder. One term they used was Gelt. A Gelt is a man or woman who has been driven mad by a curse, battle trauma, or grief. The Gelt would take to a life in the woods in search of penance, punishment, and purgation. And so Senua became a Gelt, cursed by darkness, looking for redemption in the wilds. Another word the Celts used in reference to mental disorders was truth, meaning fool, or
Liar.
one who utters the words of God. They tell of the mad sinner who flees battle into exile and takes on a beastly nature, growing feathers on his body. The character called Truth in Hellblade is based on a little-known person called Findan, an 8th century Irish Celt who was captured and enslaved by the Vikings, but eventually escaped to Orkney where he became a monk.
I will tell you my stories of hell, if I may walk with you.
Upon meeting Senua, it would be his stories that fuel her quest deep into their world of gods.
The Northmen say the world will come to an end.
The sun will grow black, the earth will sink into the sea, the stars will disappear, fire and water will meet, flames will play against the sky,
The heavens and earth and all the world will be burned, all the gods will be dead, and the warriors of Valhalla and people everywhere.
Senua, prepare yourself for Ragnarok, for it is nigh.
So the stage was set for a new adventure, a journey into the Norse underworld called Hell, a vision quest fueled by madness and myth, a fantasy that was created by Senua's own mind, and one that we would experience through her eyes.
This is your mission. This is your quest. There is nothing else left.
To make a game about a warrior with psychotic mental illness as its central theme was fraught with danger. Mental illness, such as psychosis, is still taboo and rarely acknowledged in a century of cinema, never mind the new medium of games. Where it does feature, it often conflates psychosis and psychopathy associated with a lack of empathy. It is unfortunate that these two words sound so similar that they are used interchangeably in media.
Yeah,
I must admit that I didn't have to look very far to discover my own ignorance of the subject.
That's very true,
So we
sadly.
reached out to Paul Fletcher, psychiatrist and professor of health neuroscience at University of Cambridge.
How much harm did all those movies about schizophreniacs with axes and chainsaws? Like, the ironic thing is that schizophreniacs are dangerous, but they are dangerous to themselves. Like, I think most of the time, the case is that if someone has schizophrenia, he will first harm themselves and then harm anyone else. And they harm the other people mostly involuntarily, like because they don't think they're there or something like that. But they do harm themselves. Yeah, exactly. High suicide rate. Very high. Like I think like over 90% of the things that schizophrenics, like whenever they commit a crime, it's like almost always against themselves, and it's almost always suicide. Not always, but you know what I mean. I mean a serious crime, like kill someone. They mostly kill themselves. But yeah, no. Let's make Hollywood movies and depict them as psychomaniac killers that kill everyone and anything because the voices tell them to. You know, that can't hurt anyone. You know, I bet that no one suffered because of that Hollywood depiction of schizophrenics.
Psychosis is a descriptive term, and it refers to having a loss of contact with objective reality. So it's characterized by two main sets of symptoms. One of them is hallucinations, where somebody experiences perceptions when there is no actual objective thing out there to perceive.
You're already dead.
Who are you?
And the other is delusions, where somebody comes to very often bizarre, unpleasant, frightening beliefs when there's no good evidence in favor of them.
There's no doubt about it. The source of the darkness is in Helheim, and the goddess Hela holds his soul there.
We reached out to Welcome, a biomedical research charity that spends billions on research and awareness programs aimed at improving health.
Mental health hasn't always been presented in the media in a way that is particularly helpful. It can be challenging to engage people with the subject matter, and there are a lot of preconceived ideas about mental health, and particularly schizophrenia and psychosis. So we hope our support allows the team to continue to collaborate with Paul Fletcher and with those who have experience of psychosis to create a game that provides a fresh perspective on the condition and allows audiences to engage with it in a way that just wouldn't be possible in any other medium.
What started out as a brief consultation convinced me that we were only scratching the surface of an immensely deep and interesting subject that could enrich and change the very nature of the game.
That's cool. Thanks so much for coming here. Pleasure. Thanks. It's really interesting for me, and I'd love to be involved. I think it's fascinating.
Our understanding of psychosis is still very much a mystery, and ways of treating it are still primitive compared to physical illness. After all, it is easy to see the pain and suffering caused by physical diseases or physical trauma. It is not so easy to see the mental suffering and trauma of severe mental illness. But what if we could find a way to see it? Games are capable of drawing you in for hours on end, playing the role of a character who is different from you, experiencing their perspective, and actively involving you in a world that functions with a different set of rules. If we were to represent Senua psychosis, we would have to simulate voice hearing, a common attribute. But how can we simulate something we have no first-hand experience of? Professor Charles Fernyhough, a leading expert in voice hearing from Durham University, offered his help.
Hearing voices is an experience that is usually associated with severe mental illness, and crucially we know that hearing voices is a part of ordinary life for many people who don't meet the criteria for mental illness.
Yeah. Oh, that's not him in real life.
We know voices vary according to where they appear in space. Voices can appear far away in the distance, they can appear right there in your ear, they can seem to be coming from inside your head.
Based on the information Professor Fernyhough provided, I put together a sound brief and invited some actors to the studio. We recorded the actors using a binaural microphone, which records the 3D spatial position of sound, replicating the way sound is heard by human ears. It gives you an incredible sense that the person you are listening to is right there beside you.
Can't see how she's going.
Rachel Waddingham from the Voice Collective came to our studio with two young voice hearers to speak to our team. We talked at length about their experiences, and they listened to our tests, giving us feedback on how we could improve on it.
Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
It's very hard to represent what this experience is like, partly because it's such a personal, intense, emotional experience. It's testament to how Ninja Theory have been listening to what the researchers are saying, but also crucially listening to the experts by experience. What they've come up with is so compelling. It's by far the best representation I've heard of what these experiences are like.
Other common attributes of psychosis are visions and flashbacks. We met with Recovery College East, who work with and care for people recovering from severe mental disorders. A group of service users gave us their first-hand account of what they experience.
Sometimes when the visions or what we're seeing is too much, it becomes more difficult until eventually we perhaps don't see anything.
The people we spoke to, the stories they told, were fascinating, harrowing and mind-boggling. The reality of what people experienced was vivid, far exceeding what I could possibly have imagined. We went away itching to represent some of these visions and flashbacks in the game.
Hands will know my heart is so, love is so far away. Don't you know how I wanna feel deeper?
What is the song?
I could never know how you grow, all these days are killing me. Now I see deep in me insanity does unfold. I just wanna feel deeper, deeper. I just wanna feel deeper, deeper. Hands will know my heart is so, love is so far away. Don't you know how I wanna feel deeper?
Okay, so they took people's experiences with psychosis and schizophrenia and they tried to emulate them in the game.
To refine our work, we continued to hold meetings with Recovery College East over the course of a year and a half, showing them what we had achieved so far and refining the in-game representations based on their feedback. With their help, flashbacks, visions and changes in perception were woven into the story and gameplay of Senua.
The students that are involved in this project are incredibly excited about being involved. They have described the experience as being important because it values their lived experience and shows that despite what we have been through, all of that experience becomes valid, that actually it's something that we should all be talking about.
The experiences described range from beautiful to frightening beyond comprehension. I heard of a girl who has to live with an angry voice screaming at her, slamming on her doors and walls 24 hours a day.
Oh boy, that
someone
can't be
who would
nice.
often see hanging corpses in a room,
Oh.
so real that she would sometimes try to rescue them. The panic and fear that comes with such visions is entirely understandable, and it can be a living horror for some.
Worthless, weak, pathetic. Go on.
Man, imagine how it is to live like that, man. That's terrible.
Feel sorry for yourself because there's no one left to do that for you.
I was urged by one fellow that we should not shy away from showing this horror, and so I was perpetually torn in making Hellblade. Had we gone too far with our representations or not far enough?
Broken and lost. Just like your soul.
Come on.
In some ways, voice hearing and visions were the low-hanging fruit, so to speak. There's another aspect of psychosis that is much harder to explain, but one that I think video games are uniquely able to represent, which are often called delusions.
People begin to see patterns in the world. They begin to link things that most people wouldn't link. Most of the things that we might think would be coincidence or, not worth commenting on. Nevertheless, that might have a particular salience or importance for them.
One individual described how everyday words, sounds, colours and objects were steeped in meaning to him, forming a strange and sinister puzzle that he was determined to solve but could not quite get to the bottom of.
It's not just brain dysfunction. It's not like the system shut down. It's actually an incredibly creative process. The person creates a world populated with voices and phantasms and terrors, and they're completely immersed in it. They believe in it.
We often invite people into the studio to play the game, In one of our playtests, they played through much of the game, making associations between runes, secret messages, and the threat of darkness that stalked them. There are many things that happen in the world of Hellblade that make perfect sense within the context of Senua's mind. The dark rot that's killing her slowly from within, the secret runes of the gods that block her path to Helheim, and strange associations that exist in the game to confuse you. To complete Senua's quest, you have to internalize and accept the logic and meaning behind these things to progress. Afterwards, they said that they didn't see much evidence of mental illness in the game. People with delusions of all sorts would argue the same thing, that they are not aware of their experience being abnormal in any way.
I need this sword. It's important.
Representing perception changes and thinking patterns within Hellblade gives us a set of symptoms common in psychosis. But people with lived experience were keen to emphasize another point, that it is wrong to define a person by their symptoms. Quite often, the illness comes not from the symptoms, but from the stigma, isolation, and mistreatment that comes about from the rest of society.
They say that I'm cursed. What if they're right?
I needed someone to portray Senua, someone who could believably internalize her suffering. Melina Jurgens, our video editor, had been a stand-in for Senua over a few months while we perfected our motion capture techniques. Without realizing it, she had already auditioned for the role, and I knew her well enough to know that I didn't have to teach her to act, but to relive her own internal pain.
That's
As
here.
often is the case, those who have suffered mental anguish are never far from us.
And that camera that doesn't move on the
My
left
hope
was
is that
super
by
cool.
creating a compelling and aspirational character in Senua who feels very much real, albeit in a fantasy setting, we can provide a lens into her reality, a different one to yours, and this is where storytelling comes into play. I imagined her life based on common threads in real people's lives. She was always prone to psychosis as a child. Her mother Galina also heard voices and had visions, so perhaps there was a genetic aspect. Or perhaps it was cultural, as she lived within a world without science, of gods and a superstition, as exemplified by her druid father Zimbal. Psychosis developed in her late teens to early 20s and was exasperated by stigma and isolation at the hands of the clansmen and her father.
This darkness. It's spreading.
The trauma of seeing her lover Dillian sacrificed tips her over the edge, making her remodel her reality around a concept that connects everything: the darkness. So the question, is what Senua experiences real? Can only be answered by saying, yes, it is real. It is her reality.
All of her suffering will have been for nothing. It's just a matter of time.
Towards the end of the project, service users and professionals that had collaborated with us were invited to see the near-final game. It was a chance to see if the game had reflected their views or if it had misrepresented them.
Yeah, the druids.
For me, being involved in the
Like, that was kind of their job, wasn't it?
Actually developing Senua's character has been really important, and being able to bring in my perspective and what I see and what I hear, and having that built into the game has been a real privilege. It's gritty and it's meaty, and there are some tough subjects in there that are being tackled with honesty.
And I just hope that it was a bigger production. Like, it's almost
I was blown
like
away by
indie.
it today,
It's kind of
absolutely
indie.
blown away. It was just fantastic to get the opportunity to use our lived experience in a very creative way. There's nothing tokenistic about the work we've put in. It feels like we've been listened to, things have been taken on board, and I think there was a lot of realism in the game itself.
Probably for the best nowadays, yeah, that's true. But again, like, imagine the same setting, the same thing, but without the repeating stuff, you know what I mean? More puzzles, more different puzzles, more scary stuff, different scary stuff. More like, you know, another way to interact with enemies apart from just spamming left and right click and control for block. Like in the core of the game, that's what you do. You search for patterns and you fight. So like the first time you play the game, it's not that apparent because you know you're taken away by the world. The second time though, those things begin to show.
And it feels very authentic.
Yeah, researching the illness and
Hellblade will
yes,
give
the
people
graphics.
a good experience of what it's like to hear voices and have those experiences. I'm glad that the guys at Ninja Theory,
Which is good because they actually made a very unique game, you know. From all the research, like that's what makes the game unique. Even though the gameplay is kinda, you know, not anything special. I would even go as far as call it mediocre, the gameplay. The game is still amazing because of the research.
and have asked us to come along and help them build an experience that's positive when it comes out, and get myself a copy and have a go.
What if these poor people that helped make the game play the game and then their psychosis kick in, you know?
I think all the way through, I was really inspired by how the conversations have translated into the game in a way that I think I didn't imagine was possible. So wonderful, really wonderful.
I really hope that others will follow the lead they've set and use the power of something like a video game to change people's perceptions, to increase understanding, and ultimately to make some of the stigma around voice hearing and other experiences go away.
Stigma? Stigma.
For me, it was really exciting to see something that I explore scientifically being represented so beautifully in a character who's trying to penetrate the mysteries of the environment in which they've been placed, with all of this strange uncertainty and noise and conflicting information that they're getting. I'm very excited by this way of trying to represent mental illness, because I think it actually might be offering us insights that we wouldn't get from pure scientific explorations, and actually giving us quite an empathic view of what it might be like.
This game in 3D, oh boy.
Mental illness has been with us for as long as we have been on this planet, but why? Why hasn't evolution stamped out this weakness from within our gene pool? I often pondered this question until I realized that the question had an inbuilt flaw. It assumes that being and thinking differently is a weakness. The only reason we have computers, spacecraft, medicine, poetry, art, and yes, even video games is because individuals are able to simulate new abstract realities in their minds and share them with the rest of us. We need people to be willing to see differently in order for us to progress and survive as society. And we need to be open to these new ways of seeing. And it is this spirit that motivated me to create Senua's story and share it with you.
Yeah, I think most people with schizophrenia would agree that it's not a very good thing. Oh boy. And this is the end of Senua's Sacrifice. What a great game. You come for the spooks, you live with feels. Ooh, and I guess this is it for today's stream as well. Now tomorrow morning I'll probably try to stream some Overwatch if they fix their game. But you know how it is. Anyway, thanks to all of you for coming. Thank you, Magnus, for keeping me company. We're gonna see